head over to the pie judging contest. I'm going to have the judges over here for a nice little lunch so we can go over the rules. I made a potato bisque. It's like a giant loaded baked potato, and I've got my classic apple pie cooling. But now for my second pie, a tourtiere, a classic French-Canadian meat pie. Pinch of salt and some cold water. And at the same time as the potatoes cook, I'll make the meat filling. I've got a combination of veal and pork today. Sometimes I use beef in the mixture too. You can use one of the three, pork, beef, or veal, or you can use all three. The choice is yours. While the veal and pork cook, I'll get my onion and carrot diced up. Pork and the veal seem quite lean. They're not letting off any fat right now. You need a couple cloves of garlic. I'll add 2 bay leaves. Bit of celery seed. And this really, for me, makes it distinctive. But I need a dash of allspice and a dash of clove. The meat's cooked, and I can see I don't have fat to drain away. I just have some juices, which I'd like to leave in there. So I'll add carrots and onions and those spices. And just let the onions and carrots cook in there for a minute. I can smell the celery seeds and that bit of allspice and clove. The apple cider. This is my secret addition. We'll call it my family recipe. Simmering the meat with the cider and water is an important step so that it absorbs the flavor and holds together when you slice into the tourtiere. I'll let the meat simmer with the apple cider and water until all the liquid's been absorbed. At the same time, the potatoes will finish cooking. I've got my meat filling cooled here, and I rough mashed my potatoes, and they've cooled a little bit too. Unlike the apple pie, I don't want my 2 pies to look the same. I'm going to build my tourtiere in a springform pan. But before I do that, I want to make sure the seasoning's right. The roughly mashed potato helps to bind the tourtiere meat together even more. That cider adds just that perfect hint of sweetness. I really do like it. It is important that the tourtiere filling is completely cool to room temperature before you fill the pastry shell. If it's hot, it'll melt the butter in the pastry and sink right through. Filling goes in. Like the apple pie, I want to cut a hole or two so steam can escape. I'm pressing around the edges to seal the bottom layer of pastry with the top layer of pastry. I really like to use the springform pan with tourtiere because I like the straight sides you get, and I can present the tourtiere as a whole on a platter. takes about 40 to 45 minutes in a 375 oven. And I do like to cool it for at least half hour before I slice into it.